From our Washington, D.C. studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hena Zuberi. Our top story for today. President-elect Donald Trump has chosen celebrity Dr. Mehmet Oz as the new administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. A Turkish-American, Oz's appointment marks a historic first as he becomes the first American of Muslim background to lead the agency. Popular on television, Oz will oversee critical federal health insurance programs serving more than 160 million Americans. Oz, who previously ran for Senate in 2022, gained attention for challenging Dr. Anthony Fauci's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, calling him out in a campaign ad and demanding a debate. The move is the latest in Trump's trend of selecting high-profile figures with media experience for key roles in his administration. Billionaire Elon Musk reportedly had a heated argument with Donald Trump's advisor, Boris Epshteyn, over the president-elect's cabinet picks, according to Axios. The fight, which took place at Mar-a-Lago last Wednesday, centered on concerns over leaked details about cabinet appointments. Musk accused Epstein of leaking information, a claim Epstein denied. The dispute involved Musk's objections to the nomination of Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, which has sparked controversy due to past accusations against Gaetz. Musk, a major donor to Trump's campaign, has been vocal about his preferences for cabinet positions. He has particularly been pushing for Howard Lutnick to be named Treasury Secretary. Musk's influence in Trump's administration remains uncertain. He's well regarded by key figures like Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and Trump's sons. Neither Musk nor Epstein have commented on the confrontation. New York prosecutors have opposed the dismissal of President-elect Donald Trump's hush money conviction. However, they have expressed willingness to delay sentencing until after his second term. Trump's legal team requested the case be dropped, citing the need for a smooth transition of executive power. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office maintained the case, stemming from Trump's 2016 payment to suppress a sex story, should not be dismissed simply due to the upcoming presidency. Trump was convicted of falsifying business records to conceal the $130,000 hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels. Prosecutors have acknowledged the unique legal challenges posed by his return to the White House, but emphasized the jury's role in the judicial system. A decision is pending, and Judge Juan Marchand will determine the case's next steps. Trump continues to deny any wrongdoing, calling the case a, quote, witch hunt. The Senate is set to vote on resolutions aimed at blocking more than $20 billion in military aid to Israel, following criticisms from Senator Bernie Sanders. Sanders has condemned U.S. complicity in Israel's war and violence in Gaza, calling for an end to American support for what he terms Israel's atrocities. The resolution argued that U.S. military assistance violates international human rights laws, especially the Foreign Assistance Act and the Arms Export Control Act. The resolutions target arms sales, including fighter jets and missiles. Sanders, who is an independent, has urged senators to vote in favor of the resolutions, emphasizing that U.S. weapons are fueling the crisis in Gaza. Despite support from only a small number of senators, the vote could have significant implications for U.S. and Israel relations. Israeli airstrikes have intensified overnight, killing dozens in Gaza, while fighting continues between Israeli forces and Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. On Wednesday, Israeli Jets targeted homes in Gaza, killing at least 16 Palestinians and injuring 85 others. In the northern town of Jabaliyah, 12 people were killed with several others still trapped under rubble. An additional airstrike in Bet Lahai killed 8, while civilians were also targeted south of Gaza City. Medical sources report dire conditions at Kamal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza, where 85 injured patients, including women and children, are at risk due to a lack of medical supplies. Israeli forces are preventing aid from reaching the facility. The hospital's upper floors are also damaged in a recent Israeli attack. The Israeli military is reporting the death of one soldier and the injury of others in northern Gaza. Since the war began last year in October, more than 800 Israeli soldiers have been killed and over 5,000 have been injured. In Lebanon, Israel's military has struck more than 100 targets, killing 3 Lebanese soldiers and wounding 4 UN peacekeepers. Meanwhile, U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein has postponed his visit to Israel to engage in further ceasefire talks in Lebanon's capital, Beirut. Israel's genocide in Gaza has killed at least 43,985 Palestinians and wounded 100,492 since October 7, 2023. In Lebanon, at least 3,544 people have been killed and 15,036 wounded in Israel's attacks since the war on Gaza began. Israel faces a genocide case at the International Court of Justice for its war and violence in Gaza. U.S. Capitol Police arrested at least 50 demonstrators during a Free Palestine protest inside the Hart Senate building in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. Protesters called for a ceasefire in Gaza as well as an end to U.S. arms sales to Israel. Israel has launched a large-scale ground operation in northern Gaza to allegedly prevent Hamas from regrouping. Palestinians, however, accuse Israel of seeking to occupy the area and forcibly displace its residents. In the past 90 days, more than 2,000 Palestinians have been killed and 6,000 others injured by Israel, according to local health authorities. CAIR describes Israeli soldiers' Quran desecration as war on Islam. Details come after the break. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Welcome back. The Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, has condemned an Israeli soldier's actions after he was photographed urinating on a copy of the Quran in Gaza. CAIR called it the latest act in Israel's war on Islam. The soldier from the Givati Brigade posted the disturbing image online. CAIR's executive director, Nihad Awad, emphasized this incident follows a series of attacks by the Israeli government, including the destruction of mosques, the abuse of Muslim women, and ongoing violence against Palestinians. Awad also criticized the U.S. government's support for Israel despite these actions and urged Muslim-majority nations to take decisive action. This could include using economic leverage to confront Israel's government and end its atrocities. A 64-year-old woman from Illinois is facing hate crime charges after allegedly assaulting a Palestinian-American couple at a Chicago area branch of Panera Bread. The incident, captured in a viral video, shows Alexandra Sastekowicz confronting Wasim Zahran, insulting his Palestine sweatshirt, and attempting to knock a woman's phone away as she filmed the attack. The fight escalated when Sastekowicz allegedly threw hot coffee at the couple, prompting Zahran to intervene. He restrained her while his pregnant wife recorded to protect them. Authorities charged the woman with 2 felony counts of committing a hate crime and 1 count of disorderly conduct. Observers say that attack is a part of a disturbing trend in Chicago, where displays of Palestinian identity have been targeted. Zahran, who received supportive messages, urged empathy and unity. Sustikowicz is set to appear in court in December. An Iowa judge has ruled against a former employee of the company American Packaging who claimed his First Amendment rights protected him from being fired over anti-Muslim comments. Gregory Benfield, who worked for the company from 2022 until his dismissal last July, made derogatory remarks about Muslims during a workplace conversation. He argued that all Muslims were bad people and should be deported. His comments, which led to a complaint and internal investigation, were deemed violations of company policy on harassment and discrimination. Administrative law judge Carly Smith found that while Benfield defended his opinions as free speech, the company as a private entity was within its rights to enforce workplace behavior standards. As a result, Benfield's claim for unemployment benefits was rejected. Democrats in the House of Representatives on Tuesday voted unanimously to re-elect Hakeem Jeffries as minority leader. Jeffries became the first Black lawmaker to lead a party in Congress in 2023, succeeding former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi as the top Democrat in the lower chamber. Democrats also voted to retain Catherine Clark as whip, Pete Aguilar as caucus chair, and Ted Lieu as vice chair. Republicans gained a majority over Democrats in the House and Senate in November 5th presidential elections, securing control of Congress and the White House under President-elect Donald Trump. The Justice Department is set to ask a judge to force Google to sell its Chrome internet browser, a move stemming from its ongoing antitrust case. This follows a ruling in August that found Google guilty of creating an illegal monopoly over internet searches. According to Bloomberg, the department also plans to seek measures targeting Google's dominance in artificial intelligence and its Android operating system. Google strongly opposes these proposals, with Vice President Leanne Mulholland warning that they could harm consumers, businesses, and developers. The Justice Department, along with several states, has filed lawsuits accusing Google of monopolizing digital advertising markets by eliminating competitors. It argues that Google is using its market power to control pricing and products. The move follows an earlier case from 2020 focusing on Google's search and advertising monopoly. A Japanese team has begun the exhumation of the remains of 24 World War II soldiers from the Mainamati War Cemetery in Kumilia, Bangladesh. The effort is part of Japan's first project to return fallen soldiers. Voiceover redo. The effort is part of Japan's first project to return fallen soldiers' remains home, nearly 80 years after they were captured by British forces. This historic operation, which was initiated in September, follows a request from the Bangladesh Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A 7-member forensic team from Japan arrived last week to do the excavation, which uncovered bones, including skulls, on Sunday. The work is expected to finish by November 25th, with local authorities and law enforcement providing support and security. Mainamati War Cemetery, a historical site, contains graves of 738 soldiers from 13 countries, with 43 graves of Japanese soldiers, including those of the 24 being exhumed. 17-year-old Nila Ibrahimi has won the prestigious International Children's Peace Prize for her advocacy for girls' rights in Afghanistan. Awarded in Amsterdam on November 19th, Ibrahimi was praised for her courageous work in championing the rights of Afghan girls amid the Taliban's rule. After the group's return to power in 2021, Ibrahimi fled Afghanistan with her family, first to Pakistan and then to Canada, where she currently lives. The Taliban's actions have drawn widespread condemnation, including among Muslim scholars, for their violation of human rights, particularly against women and girls. The young activist efforts have inspired many worldwide, symbolizing hope and resilience for young people facing adversity.
It's a very big moment for me and both girls in Afghanistan or outside Afghanistan, all girls, all Afghan girls worldwide, because getting this award serves as a reminder for the whole world not to forget about the girls' education and the ban on girls' education in Afghanistan.
That's all from our Washington, D.C. studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We're a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.